messenger. I can understand why he'd say that. But that means he includes Jesus going to the cross as a bloody sacrifice. That includes, quote, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes on him shall not die, but have eternal life." John said that, not Paul. So clearly Paul is not included. Paul is the prophet of Christianity. You might be able to say that. There's the issue of the reduction of the Old Testament, which according to the Quran is confirmed by the Quran. Or do you not agree with the Quran? To confirm the original, yes, it acts as a criterion over it, as the Quran says, not rhetorical. What do you think a criterion over it means? Where does it say, quote, "it's a criterion over it," unquote? If you can't find it, doesn't that seem to contradict Quran 48 through 49? The Torah is like the Quran, quote, "to bring a better book from Allah that is a better guide than these two." They are equal as far as being both guidance and light. If what you're saying is true, why does the Quran include the Torah with, quote, "better guide than these two," unquote, but bring in, quote, "criterion over it"? But I tell you what, bring in criterion over it, unquote, if you want. Can you bring it in? Or is this another, quote, "pagans who brought Tite first"? Or is this issue consents when talking about Quran 424? Is that another one of these? And if so, aren't you performing bid'ah again? What of the fact that the Quran says that what of the fact that the Quran says they have put forth works with their own hands and said it was from God? Meaning that it's a lie to stand firm on the Injil? True? Yeah? It's a lie, huh? And that they changed works from the right place was, again, a lie about staying firm on the Injil, huh? Clearly the Quran says that corruption is a factor here. Where does it say the Injil is corrupt? If so, why should I stand firm upon the Injil, the gospel that the Quran tells me to stand firm on? But you ignore that. You ignore that. No, you'll be ignoring quote, "then why do I have no ground to stand upon unless I stand firm on the Injil, the gospel?" That's all. The Quran wasn't as a criterion to tell what is true or false. Not very well, it seems. And to confirm that which is true. And where does it confirm what is true in the Torah, the Psalms of David, and the Injil, the Gospel? Where does it confirm the Torah? So well that one of the Jews could see that it does confirm the Torah. How? Is there any confirmation when the Torah and the Gospel are all about some poor creature suffering for someone's sins, atoning for someone's sins by shedding his blood? And the Quran is all about suffering your 5 times a day, every day, for the rest of your life. How is there confirmation here, sir? This is the way the Quran presents it, and the way the Prophet taught us that you laid the Quran over the Bible like a lens. How can that be when the Quran is all about patootie in the air 5 times a day, every day, for the rest of your life, and the Torah and the Injil are all about blood and innocence and spotlessness to cover sin and create atonement, to cause something to pass over and not kill the firstborn of Israel? Another lie, huh? How much you want to bet that if you put that blood of the spotless lamb over the doorway of some Egyptian, the firstborn of the Egyptian wouldn't die? You may accept any other report. Unless the Quran rejects it, then you have identified a forgery in the Bible. And Can you show me anywhere in the whole entire Bible where one is to put his patootie up in the air 5 times a day, every day, for the rest of his life to escape hell rather than blood atonement? Can you? If so, where? This is the capacity as criterion that the Quran mentions. You said you use it to be a Christian, true? Show me where in the Bible it's patootie in the air, worship that gets you to heaven, rather than some innocent suffering for the sins as atonement for sins. But it's not that. Where have I ignored it? Is this projection on your part? Also, you ignore common sense. If the Quran says it's sent to confirm, and again, where does it confirm? This automatically implies that doubt has been put in it and needs confirmation. How so? So call it criterion automatically implies that tin has been thrown in with silver and it needs to be picked out. In Quran 28, 48 through 49, about both the Quran and Torah being equal is a lie. About the Torah being, quote, guidance and light like the Quran is a lie. About the Injil, that's the gospel, being something for me to stand on is a lie. True? If not, how so? That and other things convinced me. That convinced you to become a Muslim? Other things, no doubt words from atheists, true? You believe the words of atheists, and yet you believe the Quran when the Quran says that the Injil and the Gospel are confirmed by the Quran? That doesn't make sense to me, sir. That, though I wasn't sure anymore whether it was the words of God to our men, or if Muhammad himself, or of Muhammad himself, who said, I have no ground to stand upon unless I stand firm on all that blood atonement mentioned in both the Torah and the Injil Gospel. Even if it were from God, at the point, it no longer fits purely under the description anymore. Don't believe what the Quran says, I take it. The Quran say they put forth forgeries with their own hands, yes, I believe that. But those passages in the Quran where the Torah is, quote, both guidance and light, and, quote, like the Torah, with, quote, bring something like these two, Quran 28, 48 through 49, you don't believe those scriptures from the Quran now, do you? You really don't believe in the, quote, no ground to stand upon unless he stands firm upon the Injil, I see. Not till 75 and verse 79 states that they distorted the Torah. And if they distorted the Torah, how can the Torah be, quote, both guidance and light? A lie? How can the Torah be confirmed by the Quran? Another lie? How can a Jew who knows the Torah come and observe the Quran and say, yep, this verifies the Torah? A lie? How can the Quran not be lying when it says in Quran 28, verse 49, this is Yusuf Ali, says this, then bring me a book from Allah, which is a better guide than either of them, that's the Quran and Torah, that I may follow it. Do if ye are truthful. Pretty stupid thing to say if the Torah has been corrupted, as you say, wouldn't it? If not, how come? He doesn't respond.